people. Man. So, went out at around close to 8 o'clock to get more footage. Really? Oh, I get my shirt so dirty sometimes. I wonder how. To get more footage of the outdoor screen. Testing. So much testing. First things first, my name is Kenneth Burr. My company is ILEG Infusion Light Energy Gain. And then we have our outdoor screens we're working on, which we call SFEG, which stands for Sun Fusion Energy Gain. I got some good footage over at the park, out in the open, which I needed, and in the shade. I needed in the shade and out in the open. We did out in the open before, multiple times on 50 lumens, but I just needed some more. I'm just in here under the fan, drying off a little bit, because I'm thinking it was going to be, I had a bug that went in my mouth. I think it was going to be a little cooler, which it was a little cooler, but the temperature's going up out there, but I still got to go back out. So there's a section I want to do. It was a 300 lumen QUMI that I couldn't do because we didn't have the power system with us. Now we got the power system, I can go over there. I would have did it yesterday, but they were having some kind of event over there. It was crowded, so I didn't want to be over there. But out in the park, I got some good footage. Man, that hill is something else, man. Let's see what we don't need in here. We need all this. We don't need this. Do we have the invisible black screen? I would like to play around with that outside a little bit. We aren't gonna need a tape because they got them whatchamacallits out there. I can push my screen down in between those benches, and we don't need tape with us, which is good. This is the invisible. Okay, that's the invisible black screen. Man, more testing. Come back in, put all my stuff up. Well, actually, pick out what we need, and then come back in. Let me get the charger on this phone while I'm having this conversation. I document all this because I want to always come back to where I was doing this whole thing at. Because for us, this is a major breakthrough for us. To be able to have a technology that we can go in and out at will and not worry about the screen washing or fading or what kind of day can we get the screen to fire up, you know. Even though our that's where I think I swallowed the bug. Even though our black screen pane we have here basically can pull up in times of the day that, again, traditional gray screens can't read outside at all, period. And again, like I said, that whole contrast thing, because it doesn't make a difference. You have to read the contrast. You have to really pick it up. Let me see. We got this right here. We got this. We're not going to take any water bottles, so we don't need it because they got the benches out there to hold the screen. Everything is there. We got data cable. Data cable there. Data cable stuff in here. I need to drink something. What the freak bug just went right in my mouth like I'm parking here. That's better. Yeah, get a chance to dry down real quick. Go right back out there, do it again. I was sitting out there thinking about William Penn. Like, how many times did he literally had to be out there in a lightning storm to get struck? Because lightning doesn't strike you right off the bat. I think it's like 1,000,000 to 1 or something to get struck by lightning. But it was meant to be. It was meant for him to be able to do it. That's why God made it possible to get struck by lightning. If you don't think about the deeper parts of all that. Like, the odds of you getting struck by lightning is extremely rare. And the fact that he got struck like that, it was meant to be. It was divine. To develop what he was going to do. I think William Penn's a Christian, too. I looked that up, too. A couple of them were Christians. Definitely were Christians. Whew. Yeah, think about that. What are the odds of getting struck by lightning? It's very rare to get struck by lightning. It's like a really rare number. And he got struck. Which means it was divine. It was meant for him to do what he was doing. So I look at all the sacrifices that inventors had to go through. That you have to go and get it done. Sick, whatever, you got to go and get it done. I had to climb that hill to 21 with the heavy case and everything. Because once you put the water bottles in it, it gets heavy. And that and the surface, get down there, set it all up. Fighting with the phone, fighting with the bugs. Trying to make sure I don't hit a gopher hole and snap my leg in the process, because there are gopher holes out there and they're pretty well camouflaged. Got the footage we needed. Bring it all the way back up to the hill, bring it over here, and then go right back out again. But I had to cool down a little bit because, man, I was cooking and fighting the bugs and everything else. But at least on the other end I'm going to be at is less bugs. So that's good. But being to have the screen out in the open, have it pull up on the 3 on the lumens was nice. But all this is required. You know, it's interesting how I'll get on camera and we'll do video after video after video after video, all this testing on all our screen paints. You'll watch me do it. And then we got to go outside. We repeat the same process. Got to be here, got to be there, got to be there, got to be here. Got to set this up, put that down, break that down. We go through all of that. And yet, we still got people that are dumb enough to come on YouTube and make a statement by saying our product isn't real. Oh man, I tell you, that's what I can't wait to go to court on. I can't. Because all that hard work I put in, and you mean to tell me they don't do any of this stuff? You don't see any footage of them doing this stuff at all, period. None of it. Because they don't test their stuff. I just can't wait till the Lord gives us our day in court, and we can all bring this to justice, man. But until then, I got history to write. I'm going to be out there doing what I got to do. I don't do none of them. Nothing. Yeah. They're taking gray screen out in about a few. Gray screen's going to go into that black technology outside. And then, again, I can't explain it enough because they get emotional. Ain't nothing about that. It's you telling the truth that your product does work. You got to be honest and upfront with that. You can't just lie. This is why when you lie, you don't only hurt your customers, but you hurt yourself. Because now your product can't go anywhere. At all. It doesn't go anywhere because you lied on it. That's like lying in your freaking application. You speak 7 languages when you don't. How's that going to work out for you? Sooner or later going to call you for something. Now, if I'm going to get on camera, and we're talking about my gain is better than the ambient light rejection, ALR, I got to back it up. All right, let me see what we got here. We got everything here. I'm dry already. I'm about to go right back out. Guess I'll be on the other end. Ugh. Once I finish all of this, my paperwork comes back, we code our samples, we start sending them to the big companies. See, that's the thing about it, man. I had somebody say, well, no one's going to buy what? We're the only ones who have a technology that literally does this. And again, we're not depending on YouTube to sell our product. That's why we have contact with companies. That's why we have the office. That's why we have the showroom. All that stuff so they can come in and they can see it for themselves. We send a sample sheet up to a company. The company get a chance to test it out, see if they like it. And if they like it, then bottom line is they buy from us. That's how you do the business. Go to the expos. Expos will give you ton. Trade shows will give you ton of exposure. So if you think at the end of the day, because on YouTube, that we use YouTube to sell stuff, no, we don't use it just to sell stuff. I'm on multiple platforms. If that was the case, we wouldn't have made any money if we just used YouTube only. My stuff's going to be in showrooms, man. I got expos and all that. That's why I sat there and got all my paperwork done. I'm licensed and everything. Bonded the whole 9 yards. All that stuff is documented. I'm good. I even got a vendor's license. Because you got to have those. You got to have a vendor's license. I got one of them. Got a DBA, EIN, EIEIO. Got all that stuff done. Ain't that right, Taco? You got the work done. You got to have all that stuff done. So, you know, when I was sitting in my sister's, in her laundry room, I was getting my paperwork done. That's what I was doing. And while these guys are sitting there teasing me and laughing, I'm like, oh, look where he came from. God didn't like that one bit. I'm going to tell his servant, this is where he came from, this is where he ended up. Now you're going to predict what God has told me at the end of the day. I just shook my head. It was sad. Yep, look where I'm going at the end of the day. We're getting paid. We're getting paid. I got companies already lined up. Already lined up for those sample sheets. They're just waiting for the patents to come back. That's all. Investors already set up to go. Just waiting for the information to come back. That's all they're waiting for. Once we lock it in, we're good. Every customer on the planet's going to want this technology. Because this thing does more than just projections. It does everything. Everything. No hang-ups, none of that nonsense. We're spending all this money. None of that. You think a customer's going to sit there and spend $7,000 for a screen that you can't even watch in a fully lit environment? Well, you can watch it in an environment, but no contrast, no color. Still can't use the screen. It's gray and dark gray, so that's not going to work. Spend all this money for a projector to fix that mess, but come to us and use our technology and go outside and watch a football game on a projector that costs them under $200. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So with that being said, while others are on YouTube inside, hiding from the light, we're going to go out and play in it. That's where I'm going right now. All right, I'm good here. Taco Bear. Oh, Lion Roar. Is that your Lion Roar? Lion Roar. This is Lion Roar. Lion Roar. This is Lion Roar. Get them back out. Here's my bag. On the bright side about it, we're not carrying anything heavy. That's the good thing about it. Got everything we need. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going out